Hello all, Sabello here. I've had a little base layout change. I put a portal there, which had my legendary fort there. I've put a legendary fort in it. I've just tweaked the walls a little bit. And, the flame gates are not quite married up, but there's one there that's being upgraded now. One in the back there, and there's the other one that finished upgrading earlier on. So that's a level 3 now. It's maxed out until Pirate Level 10. So the base is really starting to get there. And I feel like I'm going to have to start doing the maths any time now to start deciding when I'm going to get the Pirate Hall going up to Pirate Hall 10. Because really, all I have left is one more flame gate. These last of the cannons are finishing off, as you can see there. The legendary fort has now been maxed for the game, which is level 6. So I can hold all legendary pirates plus 2 additional as well. There's not really much more to say on that. I've had 2 defences from last night. I'll quickly show you here. So it's going to there. This is Pirate Hall 11. Show you 29%. And a Pirate Hall 10. Obviously they're not maxed out Pirate Hall 9 and 10s, 10 and 11s. But, however, it's still the big guy's picking on the little guy. And my base has held up pretty well, to be honest. So I'm not quite sure if I am keen on how I've tweaked these 2 ground pounders on one short range, one long range. But this is sort of how it's developed for now. The only thing left to do now is the Mystic Mines, which is 2 days a pop. The legendary traps, I think, yeah, they're maxed out for Pirate Level 9. Shark trap doesn't go any higher than what it is level 1. Everything's done apart from the collectors. Obviously, you've got research there to do as well, but everything is done. There's not really too much more for me to do. Let's have a look. So the mines go to level 4 to 5. It's 1.6 million, 2 days. Considering they've got 4 workers, one will be tied up for 12 days on the Pirate Hall. 12 days, there you go. The only new building we get for Pirate Hall 10 is the new ARRR defense. Other than that, it's just leveling up all the stuff that we already have. So I don't think, apart from having to plough out the walls, that we're going to have loads to do for Pirate Hall 10. Now, obviously, I did say about the walls, they will be up to level 15s, minor 13s, which is max for this level, but, level 15s max for Pirate Hall 10s, and they will all be done by the time I get to Pirate Hall 11. Then we will start to get towards the end game, which I've been waiting for. I can't wait. As I did mention, the Mystic Mines, they're 18 hours, so I'm going to keep an eye on what time my builds are finishing, and if need be, I'll use these because these be like 6 hours away. So if I've got ones finishing late in the evening, then when they're finishing, I can put them on these Mystic Mines and it'll bring down their time by 6 hours. Then I can plough them onto the mines which are finished then 2 days after that. So, I've got one more 3-day build left to do, which is that flame gate there. In the next, 4 days, I'm going to have all my cannons maxed, which is joyous, absolutely joyous. There's no more defences to do, as I said. Even the Mystic Mortars are all maxed for the game, all 3 of them, which has cost a considerable amount of BP. But I'm really happy with the progression of my base. Let me know if you guys are too. There's not really I've got loads of bases still on the map to do, the campaign map I call it, whatever everyone wants to call it. You probably notice a different colour of flag. I have temporarily joined just for a rumble to visit a friend and just to see, how our guild is and everything. Heat Miser, I've come to join your guild. Firewater, there we go. So we're going to be rumbling. I don't want to go into too much details there. So yeah, we're going to be rumbling. I want to see how, I pair up with the bigger guys, the Pirate Hall 11s, to see, where I am there. We'll see how I go. But I'll be doing plenty of attacks, but I'm not going to do any attacks today. What I will do is try and figure out a few replays that I've done. I can't remember exactly what ones we've done now. I was trying to... They was asking me for replays I've done. I think Boo was one of them. Yes, I was talking about the Bucks and Gunners. And here you can see there's 2 lots. So there wasn't 100%, but at the end of the day, I'm not too concerned about 100%. Especially when farming. I think this guy here, yes, was a good prime example of a Pirate Hall 10, I think it was. It was a really, really good attack. Sorry, Pirate Hall 9. So yeah, I remember this. So I think they're coming from the bottom here. Yeah, a long line of Buccaneers. It depends what mood I'm feeling in, whether I sit here and just clear out the buildings of gunners first, or whether I just start to flood the base. Now, in this replay, I'm using 2 Witch Doctors, so I could really afford to just plough into the base. So I used my swarm. The shark trap there's gone. Use my swarm of troops just to get, you know, a massive damage in early. We've got the 2 Witch Doctors, which reduce the damage they take anyway. So that's the logic behind just deploying. I kept looking to see, you know, about several Buccaneers back and about several gunners, which, you know, most of my troops already took the damage and took out, you know, a good half of the defences. I'm still yet to use my Witch Doctors to resurrect the skeletons there. Priestess is in there, locks up half the base. Just a Grand Pounder there is going to get taken care of. And there is one here. Let's just speed it up a little bit. You know, everyone was just saying, wow, I can't believe that, you know, you're taking on these decent Pirate 9s, 10s, and, you know, you're taking apart their base and getting all the loot. And I said, this is really my speciality. I am a Bucks and Gunner. Well, I wouldn't say a specialist, but that's my forte. That's what I enjoy using. That's what I've learnt to know their limitations when using those troops. And as you can see, I assessed the base. There you go, I'm resurrecting the skeletons. I assessed the base and knew that I'd be able to get the loot. And that's what, you know, learning about the game is all about. Learning your army compositions, and then being able to judge whether you can take particular bases on. That's just the learning curve, really. So let's go back down to here. Boo was one of them, and so was the one above that, I believe. Was there another one? Skills and Kills. Have a quick look at that one. Pirate 9. Heisenberg. Bang, I should say. No, it's Pirate 9. Have we got any decent ones in here? I know this is finished up the rumbling from the other day because of the event. So, you know, there was a Pirate 11. I tried my luck on it. It didn't go too well. No. What was that one actually? That was a Pirate 10. So let's not look at that one. Yeah, we started going on to the jugs instead of the bucks. But, however, we did take on, if I'm not mistaken, unless I've done too many attacks, yes, we did 100% some of these Russian Wolf Bros, which is perfect. But anyway, we're not talking about the Juggernaut combos. Let's go back up to Boo, I think it was. And if I would have kept a 1 troop back, then I would have 100%ed at the base. Where is Boo gone? Come on, Sib. Boo and Scurvy Pete. We'll quickly take a look at those. I think that's going to wrap up our episode today. I mean, look at that. It's a Pirate 10. They are maxed out cannons. Although the Pirate 9 gun towers are mortars, the Mystic mortars are not maxed. But the cannons are really, really tough. Apart from that one, there's a Pirate 9 in there. But, you know, it's sort of a Pirate 9 and 10 mix. You can see the mines coming into play again. The 2 Witch Doctors there. I deployed my bucks in these locations. I do have Annabelle. There you go. It's a problem with the Strain troop. So I always like to use Annabelle's stamina up while not YouTubing, and try and save my better LPs for when I am YouTubing, so we get a better viewer experience. So here you see the Priestess is in there. She locked up half the base. Annabelle's flying around like a good one. We're now into the core of the base, and the Witch Doctors are really helping. So, I mean, they have got a reduction in damage incoming, the troops here. You can see the bubbles on them, so each time they hit, which is great news. That's why I'm using the Witch Doctors. Plus, they resurrect the skeletons too. Someone said to me, why don't you use Scallywags? I said, well, you know, that's good, but one that pushes up my grog cost, and one that also pushes up the cost of recruitment time. And there we go. Annabelle finally comes into mix, does something useful. Locks out a couple of cannons that become problematic. Let's just speed it up a little bit more. I mean, as you can see, you know, there's still a minute and a half left. And as I said, it's a 99%, so you know I do really well in this attack. And the gun tower there was a little problem. And then you've got the cannon there. Just not enough ability for the Witch Doctor to keep resurrecting all the skeletons I need. But again, I was farming, using that army. I think it was a 30-odd minute army, which isn't too bad, considering using Bucks Gunners. I know I'm using some Bombers and Witch Doctors and a Priestess, but generally it's a Boogoo army. And to pull apart a Pirate 9 to 10, it takes some doing. So anyway, it's that one there that gets me at the end. But it's a 99%, we'll take that. We're going to jump into the other replay now, which was above Boo, I believe. And let's take a little look. Sorry, my mouth is starting to get real dry now. I'd just done a video before on the Let's Play episode, which I've been meaning to catch up on for some time. If you haven't seen it, give it a little look and just, refresh your memory, because it's been, a good 3 months or so since I've done an episode for that. But it will be. It just won't be an everyday thing, maybe a couple of times a week at a push. Right, Scurvy Pete. Again, I was trying to get grog. I really, really need grog. Because of the Rumble coming up, plus I had LPs I wanted to do, plus I think the Juggernaut was finishing, the Brute was finishing their research, so it was pedal to the metal. So I remember this space coming in from this angle. So I've got my 2 Witch Doctors in again, my big line of bombers, which is now start to get through these 2 layers of walls. Start to spread my gunners out slightly as well, because I'm going to try and take out some of these cannons and gun towers. And as you see, I've used the Berserker ability to be able to start pushing those troops in there quicker. We've broke through our line of walls, misjudged the Priestess ability, but used Annabelle's ability effectively in the middle of the base there. Now, this is a Pirate Hall 11. So I took out one of the main mortars there. We've got another one there. We've got a lower level there. We're just taking out. So we've done, a fantastic job. The Priestess has gone a little bit too deep and will go down, unfortunately. For some reason, Annabelle never heals my Priestess. If only. Should be absolutely lethal. But you see, I'm in a few different angles here. We've got bombs coming in from this side as well, doing great damage. So there's a lot going on the battlefield. And I hope everyone agrees that my camera skills are getting better, trying to keep an eye on everything that's going on in the battles. Annabelle's sort of doing a good job of trying to keep things alive. And we've got a group of gunners there, taking out the last and final mortar. However, there's still quite a few defences in there to ruin our plans. Got a gun tower there and there, there's a cannon there, mortar in there, sorry, Mystic Mortar. But again, we're going to run out of time on this one, but we don't really mind because it's all about the loot. Anyway, for us, just means we lose out on a bit of PR and some BP as well. There you go, Shark Trap swallowed up my Buccaneers. Not the end of the world. Again, let's just speed that up. We've got the loot that we needed. Effectively, and I know actually another subscriber has said that they've started using a very similar. I wasn't using 2 Witch Doctors, I was using 1 Witch Doctor, but yeah, people are starting to jump onto the Boogoo idea with the Priestess and a Witch Doctor. And if you've got a Greenbeard, a Cornelius, a Blackbeard, a Black Bar, a tank in there, even a Jean de Berry, which she's useless, but even she does a job. Even Boomer would do a job. Just as long as you've got a close range legendary pirate in there tanking some damage, that gives your bucks a little bit more extra time to tank some more damage for you once the LP's been killed, or at least take some of the damage for you. So it really does help in your attacks. And I hope you agree here, there is definitely room. And I was using it I was farming in 400 and 500 PR. Not farming, I was attacking on freestyle Pirate Hall 10 and 11. You saw it, I was the puddle bases during the Thunderstruck event. I was using those, especially with the Priestess, lock it up and just flood the base like a swarm, like a locust. All those farmers out there, waving around their pitchforks. The locusts are coming in, they're swarming the base and stripping it apart. Exactly what I've done, and that will teach people for leaving a hole in their base during the Thunderstruck event, and they'll continue to do so. So give it a try the next event that we have with Thunderstruck. Just look out for the puddle bases. Use this combination. I promise you get guaranteed results. 3 stars. Even don't matter what pirate or level you are, as long as the Priestess has a 99 ability and the Witch Doctor has his resurrect ability, you are in business. I think that's Pirate Hall 6, maybe Pirate Hall 7. Doesn't matter. Use those and you can beat the bigger players, which gives you more plunder points. So, that's enough of the ranting, that's enough of the base update, that's enough of the replays. I hope you enjoyed this episode all. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.